Salesforce.
Right.
We have any
Want to collaborate with other organizations
to another platform.
Hmm.
If you want
They need
to
to improve some productivity and quality of their operations.
Like they,
If you want to-
if you want,
if you want to deploy to another system,
no, that is not the, for that one no need of integration. We are having the deployment features are separate.
Something kind of reports and dashboards to other servers, so that can be useful with this integration.
Okay. So for example, if you want to get some data from some third-party database, and if you want to represent in your Salesforce, then we can go with integrations also. Okay, right? Now, multiple scenarios will come into the picture to have that integration. Like for example, assume that I'm building a Salesforce application. But that means by using the force.com platform, we are building an application. Okay? We are building an application which is used to automate my supermarket business process. For my supermarket business, I need an application where I would like to provide the online facility. Generally, assume that, for example, I have a supermarket. So in my supermarket, we are offering the various products to the customers. Some grocery items, some vegetables, and then some electronic items. There are various different items we are offering to the customers. So every day, so many customers are visiting the supermarket and are purchasing the items whatever they want. But now the situation is, because of this COVID-19, the people are not coming outside from their homes. Because of their safety purpose, because of their family members' safety purpose, the people are not going outside. If there is any emergency need, then only they are coming outside from their homes. So in this case, the customers can't able to visit my supermarket. So I can't increase my sales. For that one, what I want to do is, I want to provide one additional facility to my customers, that the customer no need to visit my supermarket physically to buy the items whatever they want. They can sit in their home and just they can able to raise that orders through online. So I would like to provide one online facility inside my application, so that the customer can access my application through their mobiles or through the smartphones or through their, by using that any browser, whatever, through internet. They can access my application and they can select the products. Select the items whatever they want, and then they can able to add those items to the cart. So whatever the items they want, they can able to select the items and they can add them to the cart along with the quantity. So now, once the items have been getting selected, then the customer has to make the payment. Okay, the customer has to make the payment over here. Whatever the items they have selected depends upon the number of items, depends upon the quantity of the items they have selected. So now it is going to be preparing the bill. Now the customer has to make the payment over here through online. So now the customer has to make the payment over here. So previously what happened, the customer is visiting the supermarket, he is purchasing, he is selecting the items, and then he is going to making the payment at the billing counter. But now I want to give everything through online. So now in this case, how the customer can make the payment over? For that one, if they wants to make the payment, then I need to integrate my Salesforce application with that payment gateway. It's nothing but with the banking systems. So as soon as when the user click on that make the payment button, then automatically it has to redirect that application. It has to redirect the user to the banking application. That means here what happened, how it is redirecting to the banking application. I need to implement some certain features inside my supermarket business application, which will be integrating with that banking system, nothing but the payment gateways. So now through the payment gateway web services, I need to integrate my Salesforce application with banking systems so that as soon as when the user click on this particular make the payment button, automatically it will be invoking the payment gateway service, which will be redirecting the user to the banking application so that the user can select the banking option, whatever he want. It may be credit card, it may be debit card, it may be like as net banking, whatever. And then from there, he can able to make the payment. So once a payment has been getting generated, once a payment has been done, then it is going to be generating a sales order. It is generating a sales order. Now the sales order is going to be assigning to one of our salesperson. So the salesperson is going to be preparing those items and then he is delivering those items to the customer's place automatically here. Within 2 hours of time or on the same day, he is delivering those items to the customer's place. So now when we need to deliver these items, if the payment has been done, how can we make the payment through the banking applications? That means by using payment gateway. Payment gateway is nothing but one of the web service which is given by the banking organization to connect to the banking system to make the payment, to perform some transaction. So that here we have to buy the license of that payment gateway. Through the payment gateway license, we can able to integrate our application and with the banking systems, and we can able to transfer the amount through online also. So nowadays, wherever you go, it may be any application, it may be Amazon, it may be Flipkart, it may be any e-commerce applications also, it may be Paytm also, it may be any reservation systems like as banking reservation, it may be the travel reservation, it may be the movie ticket reservation, train reservation, anything. We are going to be making the payment through online. How? Because of this payment gateways. Nothing but those applications has been integrated with the banking systems with the help of payment gateway. Those applications are integrated with that banking systems through payment gateway. Like the similar way, what are the new applications that I am building as part of my business? So now to make that payments through online by our customers, I need to integrate my application with that banking systems through payment gateway. At that time, we have to use the facility of integration. Through integration, we have to integrate my Salesforce application with the third-party system, because banking is a third-party system, which is a secured system, which is completely protected by the various firewalls, which is running behind the firewall, so which is having a protected network is available, so that I need to connect to the protected network, the system, with the help of the payment gateway web service, so that I can integrate my Salesforce application with this banking system, so that my customers can able to buy the products through online by making the payment through online itself. So at that time, we need to go with that integration facilities. Through integration, we can able to interact with that banking systems also. That facility is available. This is one of the requirement which requires the integration facilities as part of your application needs. Now, suppose for example, let's take few more scenarios. Assume that, for example, I'm having a Salesforce application, my own organization, my Salesforce organization. Now, I'm having my Salesforce organization. As part of this organization, I'm having my account records. I'm having this accounts tab. Through this one, we can create some new account records also. For example, assume that I'm creating a new account record with the name some Pradeep Kumar. Account site I'm indicating like some pharma. He belongs to the pharma organization. Type of the customer is prospect. Industry I'm indicating like some chemicals or some manufacturing. And the account number I'm giving some value. Rating value I'm indicating like as heart. Phone number of the customer. Fax number of the customer. and the website, ownership, and the annual revenue, account the source, and then I'm indicating that billing state. Billing state I'm indicating like as some flat number, okay, 44401, some RK apartments, some Srinagar colony, and the city is some Hyderabad, state some Telangana, postal code, for example, I'm entering 500032, and the country is India. Customer priority, I'm giving the high priority to my customer because he's purchasing some more number of products. And then active status I'm indicating as yes, he's an active customer. Now he's an active customer. Now after entering the data inside this particular fields, then I am going to be creating this record. Now as soon as once you click on that save button, whatever the city to which the customer is associated, okay, whatever the city to which the customer is associated, that city related weather information I would like to collect. That city related weather information I want to collect. I want to update this information in my separator fields. Now, so in this particular object, I'm having inside this particular object, I'm having some additional fields are available here. I'm having some additional fields are available. Now through these additional fields, I would like to update this information. Assume that I'm having some additional fields over here in order to update the temperature information. So now I would like to collect the weather information of this city. This customer is belongs to some Hyderabad city. So now for this Hyderabad, what is the current temperature I want to collect? Then how can we get this weather information here? I want to get the weather information of this respective city. I want to update inside the fields. Assume that I'm having some 3 fields are available, like as one is from minimum temperature, maximum temperature, pressure, humidity, wind speed, like that I'm having some additional fields are available. In those fields, I would like to update this weather information. Now the city to which the customer is associated, now that city's weather information I would like to collect. Then how can we collect this weather information? When you go to your smartphones, now you will be having some weather apps are available inside your mobile, inside your smartphone, which is going to be representing the current weather information in your area. In your location, whatever the current weather information is available, that weather information will be getting visible to you. Then how the weather information is collecting by that application, from where it is collecting, for that one we are having some third-party applications are available. Like for example, we are having a third-party application called as Open Weather Map. Open Weather Map is an organization. So now there, these people are going to be collecting the weather information of the various cities in the various locations. That entire weather information they're updating inside their website. They're maintaining one application over here. This is the Open Weather Map organization. This application is available, which is holding almost more than 2 lakhs cities weather information is available inside this. Not only the current weather information, historical data also, previous weather information. Yesterday, what about the temperature? Day before yesterday, like that here, we can able to collect the historical information along with the forecasting information also. Forecasting means what? Future. For the next 1 week, how will be the weather in Hyderabad? For the next 2 days, how will be the weather? Tomorrow, how will be the weather? They will be having the next 1 week or 15 days weather information also, we can see. So the complete weather information is available inside this application. So third-party application which has been purely built by using the PHP. By using the PHP programming, they have built this application over here. We can see that weather information also. So the facility is available. Hours information, based on the hours also we can collect this information. Based on the days also we can collect this information. That facility is available over here. So in this case, if you want to get the weather information over here, we are going to be using this. There is a such a functionality is available over here. So we can specify that whether the city name, based on the city name, we can able to collect the weather information also. Like for example, I'm searching for some Hyderabad, India. Why I'm giving Hyderabad, India is simply we can give the city name also. But here with the city Hyderabad, we are having in two countries we are having this Hyderabad city. One is in Pakistan, second one is in India. In Pakistan also there is a city available with the name Hyderabad. In India also we are having that city with the name Hyderabad. So that we now have to get that weather information, exact information, we are giving the country code also. I'm indicating Hyderabad, IN. So in this Hyderabad, which is related to India, what is the current weather information we can able to fetch? We can see that in the information also over here. So now we can able to see this weather information of Hyderabad. So now it is indicating this weather information also here. Currently the weather information is 28 degrees centigrade here. Now we can able to specify the time also, the local time it is indicating over here. The wind speed also it is indicating that. Cloudiness also it is indicating. The pressure information, humidity, sunrise, sunset, geographical coordinates, everything we can able to see inside that. So now the next 13 days, what will be the weather? Nothing but today is a Saturday, the weather information is available. Now the Sunday, how will be the weather? Monday, how will be the weather? 1st June, 2nd June, like that we can see the forecasting information for the next the 13 days also. Till June 11th, what will be the temperature here in Hyderabad? We can able to track. So in this case, the complete weather information is available inside this application itself. So how these people are going to be collecting the weather information? Because when coming to this organization, they're having the various branches. In those branches, they're having the weather stations are available. Okay, in those branches, they're having the weather stations are available. So now almost they're having 4,000 weather stations are available. They're having almost the 4,000 weather stations are available. Through those weather stations, they are going to be collecting the weather information. Okay, related to the almost 2 lakhs cities information. 2 lakhs cities information they're collecting over here. 2 lakhs cities weather information they're collecting over here. That facility is available to you. So now when coming to the Open Weather Map application, Open Weather Map is an organization which is going to be providing the weather information belongs to the various cities which are available inside the entire world. Not only India related, not only US related, all the cities in the globally, that are going to be collecting the weather information. If you want to get the current weather information over here, when you go to this documentation, we can able to verify. They're indicating clearly here. So now in this case, they're indicating access the current weather data for any location on the earth, including over 2 lakhs cities. That means almost 2 lakhs cities weather information they're collecting. How current weather is frequently updated inside this particular the application, okay, based on the global models of the data from more than 40,000 weather stations. They're having the various weather stations are available in the different countries. Through these weather stations, they are going to be collecting the current weather information of the various cities. That information they're updating inside this application. From there, we can able to collect the data also. So now in this case, they're indicating not only the current weather information. So now here, observe this one here, they're maintaining that we provide 40-year historical weather data for any location. That means what? So now in the last 40 years, so now what about that weather information at that time? 10 years back, we can so-and-so date what is the weather information, what is the weather temperature in some so-and-so location. They will provide. Last 40 years data they will provide, historical data. That means world data, so they will provide. So that much of capability is available as part of this application. So now in this case, whatever the application that you have inside your smartphones, in your smartphones, you are having some weather related applications are there, which is indicating the current weather, the current temperature information about that area, location, that will be collecting through with the help of integrating with this kind of applications. Because that small app is not having the capability, that is not having any sensors to measure that current temperature of that area here. It is integrating. Whenever your internet has been on, it will be integrating. It is connecting to that weather map application internally. It will collect the weather information, is updating inside your mobile. This is the internal process, nothing but that is purely integrated. Now, so in this case, each and every mobile app is internally integrating with this kind of weather applications. It is collecting the weather information, and that information will be getting visible to you inside your mobile device, so that we can see what is the current temperature in that area. Like the similar way here also, now what I want to do, this is a third party application. It is a third party organization. Now what I want to do, as soon as whenever I'm entering some city name, Hyderabad. So now this is a city name, I will pass to this particular application. I want to integrate my Salesforce with this open weather map application. Now as soon as once you click on the save button, now automatically I want to pass the city name to this open weather map application. It has to collect that weather information. It has to update into my Salesforce instance. So that I would like to collect that weather information of that respective city to which the customer is associated. So in this case, how can we collect this information? At that time, we have to integrate the Salesforce application with this weather map applications also. With this kind of third-party applications, we can able to integrate. So in these kind of situations, we can go with that integration facilities where I'm integrating my Salesforce application with this open weather map as well. We'll see how can we integrate, okay, how to integrate the Salesforce with this open weather map application also. We'll see practically as well. For that one, this open weather map application is going to be providing an API, nothing but some ready-made classes to integrate. Because generally, as of now, we have developed so many features as part of our development, our configuration. But when coming to the integration, integration is not a one-man's job. Integration is not a one-man's job. Integration belongs to the team's jobs. It involves two teams. Nothing but here, from Salesforce side, we are going to be supporting to that application. Nothing but from the third-party application side, we need some input. We need some input. Like us, whatever the way two people are communicating in the real world. Whatever the way two people we are communicating in the real world, like the similar way, I want to make two applications can communicate with each other. This is my Salesforce application. This is the open weather map application. Now I want to provide the communication between these applications. I want to provide that handshake between these applications. These two applications can talk to each other. So now my Salesforce application will pass the city name, and this open weather map application will provide the response over here. So that I want to make the two applications can talk to each other. For that reason, we are using integration. Integration is not a one-man's job. Integration is a two teams job. Two teams has to collaboratively work. Now, in this case here, the third-party application, we don't know what is the third-party application will do, what is the capability of the third-party system, we don't know. At that time, from this third-party system side, we need some person who can support us. That means what the third-party system is expecting, what input values are required, how many input values are required, what type of values are required, in which format it is required, and then in which format it is sending the response to us. Then here, based on that, we need to provide the input values. It is giving the response to us. Then we need to collect that response and we need to parse in our own format wherever you want to represent. So in this case, integration is not a one-man's job. Integration is a two teams job. So two teams have to be work collaboratively in order to integrate that Salesforce with third-party applications. So in this case, whenever if you want to integrate that, then we should be having some communication paths. Those are called as endpoints. Those are called as endpoint. So in this case here, when coming to that third-party system, also they're providing some set of APIs. They're providing some set of API through which we can able to integrate. For that reason, we can go to that API documentation. They are going to be indicating this is the API, web service API. For this one, we have to pass the city name along with that application ID, nothing but your application key. We have to pass your application key or your API key. Based on that, we can able to integrate, we can able to invoke, and we can able to collect that respective cities weather information also. So now they're indicating that in which format we need to connect, nothing but how to connect to the system over here. This is the URL to which we need to connect. Whenever we are connecting to this one here, how it is providing the response over here. We can see the response also. Response also will be nothing but the API response will be look like this. Okay, API response will be look like this over. So this is the response it will be representing. This is nothing but JSON format. This is called as JSON format of response. We'll see what exactly the JSON, what is the JSON format, how to represent everything. We'll see JSON also as part of this integration. Whenever I'm passing the city name, based on that city name, we can able to get that response like this. Then we need to pass this response. We need to collect each and every value: minimum temperature, maximum temperature, pressure value, humidity value, wind speed, everything we can collect, and then we can update into our Salesforce instance. We can store into our database wherever you want. That facility is available here. In these kind of situations, we can go with that integrations also. Now, sometimes, for example, sometimes you can raise a question. In the application requirement, sometimes we need to be integrating. Like, as soon as once you click on that save button, my record has to be get saved. Once a record has been getting saved successfully, then immediately I want to show a Google map over here. Here, I would like to show one Google map based on this address. Whatever the address they have mentioned, based on that flat number, apartment name, and then street information which they have mentioned along with the city, based on this one, I would like to collect that geographical coordinates. That means the latitude and the longitude values, and based on that latitude and longitude, I want to show a Google map over here. Google Map is what? It's not an inbuilt feature of Salesforce. It's a third-party application related to the Google. So if you want to generate the Google Map, what we need that geographical coordinates, like as latitude, longitude. How can we collect that? For that one, we are having the geocodes is a separate web service. It's a third-party application. Now, geocoding API. A separate API has been given by the Google people. Geocoding API. So geocoding API is a separate platform which is maintaining by the Google people. Whenever you are passing some address, if you are passing some address, like for example, it is a URL here, maps.googleapis.com, maps.api is a geocode. So now if you are passing some address, like as address equals to, this is the address over here, address equals to 1600 Amphitheater Park View, Mountain View, and then California. And then your application key. If you're passing this address, based on this address, it is going to be providing the respective, the geographical coordinates. It is going to be returning the geographical coordinates. So this is the address which we have mentioned over here. So this is the address which we have supplied. If you're passing the address, it is providing that latitude value and the longitude value. Latitude value and the longitude value. Based on this latitude value and the longitude value, we need to generate that Google Map. To get this particular latitude and longitude, we have to integrate that with a geocoding API. Suppose if you want to generate the Google Maps, then we have to use Google Map API separate. Now, Google Map API is separate over here. So first of all, we have to get that respective latitude and longitude values, and based on this latitude and the longitude values, we are going to be passing that values to the Google Map so that we can able to generate that Google Map also based on that latitude and the longitude values as well. So in this case, some different formats are available. Different formats are available. Just you want a route map, or just you want some addresses also, or you want any other navigations also, or the traffic information also in these locations, in that areas. If you want those information, they will be having the different pricings over here. Google is going to be charging the different pricing over here. So now pricing for the route maps over here. Only the static maps, dynamic maps. For the street view also different that charging over here. Dynamic street views that charging some different pricing over here. So like that here they are providing the different mappings. When you go to the routes, only for the direction they are charging $5, and the direction advanced. Okay, directions advanced. Like as I get directions for transit, biking, driving or walking at that time. So advanced driving, say advanced the directions information, distance and matrix here, and then roads information, nearest roads also, speed limits also. Like that, they're charging some different information. Places, for the places they're indicating over here. to find that places, to find that a place of photos of that places also, current location, geolocation, based on the time zones, they're charging some different pricing. So now here in this case, what happened? We are going to be collecting these kind of APIs to integrate with our Salesforce. So in this case, whenever if you want to integrate your Salesforce application with this kind of third-party applications, then we can able to go with that, the integration facilities. Through integration, we can able to integrate that Salesforce application with any external systems also. That facility is available to you. That may be with the weather map applications also, it may be with the Google Maps also, with some Java applications also, .NET applications also, SAP also, other third-party databases also, ERP applications also, e-commerce applications also, banking systems also. With any system we can able to integrate. That facility is available. So in this case, integration is used to provide the communication between the multiple applications. Provide the communication between the disparate applications which are purely developed by using two different programming languages which are running on two different platforms. So to provide the communication between the two different applications, we are using the feature called as integrations. Now, so why? Because is when you go to that organizations, okay, when you go to that organizations, for example, come to a general scenario, let me explain. Assume that, for example, I'm having a supermarket business. I'm having a supermarket business. As part of my business, we are having so many departments are available. Like we are having a vendor management department,